Yosef, my companions, it's the Gamer Toad here for your review of Gears of War Judgement. I was at first hesitant to purchase this game due to it being so closely released to Gears of War 3. In fact, if it hadn't been for my homoerotic love for Baird, I probably wouldn't have. But I'm glad I did, because it's a fairly rad game. Right off the bat, you're gonna notice some changes. The controls have been altered, and I was sad to see that there was no option to revert the layout to the classic one. But I got over it, because this new scheme works, and it works because the gameplay is much more fast-paced. Particularly in the campaign, you'll notice a larger amount of enemies, few of which are afraid to charge you. The graphics are also notably different. While it may not be a huge improvement over Gears 3, the color palette is certainly more fruitful than it's ever been, and everything just looks a lot smoother. Along with those enhanced graphics are beautiful environments to go with it. Not only are the levels pretty to look at though, they're also very well laid out. Found the variation of landscapes in this game to be a nice addition to the franchise. As far as the story goes, it's surprisingly good. I wasn't sure how this would play out, being that the majority of the missions take place in retrospect as the members of Kilo Squad give their testimony to the court. This allows you to take a role of each member of the team as they recall exactly what went down, and I did find the variation to be cool, but it did detract from the immersion. Also, those burns. I finally have motivation to get down in the campaign, and trust me, you will. But I'm happy to report that your squad mates will go out of their way to revive you. Onward to the multiplayer! Truthfully, the multiplayer is the downfall of this game. I found it to be lacking, and a disappointment to me as a long-term fan of the game. They've added a couple of playlists, but they've stripped the game of a lot of maps, characters, and features. They didn't even keep the classic game modes like Warzone or Execution that have been iconic to the franchise. All in all, the multiplayer seemed like more of a beta than that of a full game. My advice, if you're new to the Gears of War series, give this one a try. You won't have to worry about the story confusing you as it is a prequel, and the multiplayer is fairly basic if you just want to get your feet wet. However, if you're a veteran to the series, I'd give this one a rent just to play through the campaign. And if you would like a free downloadable copy of the original Gears of War for Xbox 360, then be sure to tune in next time for my review of Grand Theft Auto Vice City.